Good day, guys, and welcome back to Alliance War Season 57, Episode 7. So, bit of an unfortunate loss to For Loki. I really feel responsible giving up that death to Lumitrix. Because if I had not died there, we would have won the war on time. But it is what it is. We've got 6 fights in today's war. Today's actually the first time we're actually starting to take some repeated fights from earlier in this season. I think before today, we've just taken all different fights. Our opponent is in Master Titan, so Platinum 2 Alliance currently in Masters. They're doing really well. I have heaps of friends on here from Discord, so I can't really shout them out, all of them, because there's so many. But yeah, 7-star rank 3 Hood is our team, with 7-star rank 4 Photon and 7-star rank 3 Black Cat. So Hood is the only Saga champion we're using. He's actually going to be taking 4 of our 6 fights. Black Cat and Photon are for very specific fights that only really they can counter. Our masteries are our non-recoil masteries. However, we will be switching to recoils for our final fight because we desperately need recoils for that final fight against Arnim Zola. So we're starting off with a Nick Fury here. We've taken this guy before. This time it went a lot worse actually, and you'll see why. But yeah, I was taking him with Hood. I think the last time we actually might have had Mojo on the team. I can't remember. But it's a bit of an annoying fight for Hood because, of course, once Nick gets 5 tactical charges, he can't miss. And so Hood can't really use his invisibility to his advantage. The only time you can really use it is when his charges reset after he gets to 20 or when he enters his second life. But we've got a nice amount of hexes here. I think I'll detonate pretty soon, to be honest. Maybe here. Yep, 17. Gets him almost down to his second life, which is actually good. So we use the special 2 here to basically get him into his second life. Unfortunately, he purifies all those hexes he had, but we get a 1 miss into there before he can stop missing. Sorry. Now he does. I don't know why I didn't punish that actually. So he actually gets the unblockable there from the global node. And so a couple of our hexes actually expire. He does have his Fury from his second life, which we want to obviously Fate Seal here, so we do that. I have used quite a lot of bullets here. You can see I'm down to 13, which is not ideal. And somehow he dexes out of my striker. We miss, and so he goes and throws an unblockable special 1. So that was really unfortunate, just an ill-timed striker there. And so we're really in an awkward spot here because he's at 16, 15 charges, and he's dexing out of there. We get a nice intercept here. He's only at 19 charges though, he doesn't quite get to 20. I think we get there, another intercept there, and that finishes him off. So a bit of a... Definitely took a lot longer than it should have, but we got him down without losing too much health in the end. Just 1 potion really. Next up is a Scream. I've never fought Scream in Alliance War before. She's not really a tricky defender for Hood. Obviously she can get an auto block charge from her special 2, I think. But Hood can easily bypass that with his unblockable from the node, from the global. Because Scream is not actually a Saga defender. But we're able to obviously get a lot of power back from Mystic Dispersion by Fate Sealing. We do have Mystic Dispersion 5, which is good. She actually gets her auto block charge there from a heavy. And she is stun immune on this node as well, so it's a bit awkward to punish her heavy. We managed to do it there, just connects at the end, do you see? I think we bait another special 1 here. Nope, we just use the invisibility to get another opening. I think we try to go for a heavy here, and that almost finishes her off, down to 2%. I think she throws a special 2 here. I just decide to block this to try and get a lot of bullets in, and you can see we get 6 there, so that gets us back up to 20, which is a good base to start off with for the next fight. So the next fight is a Sersi. I've taken a few Sersis, I think, or maybe definitely at least 1. Not on this node though. So this is encroaching stun. So Hood has a really can bypass encroaching stun with his invisibility. So when he's invisible, he's fully stun immune. And obviously with Mystic Dispersion and stuff, we constantly have easy access to power R's, so we don't have to worry about encroaching stun really. We weren't invisible here, so we did have to actually throw a special 1 to avoid the stun there. And I think she actually stuns me with this special when she throws it. Deck's a bit earlier there, so she actually stuns me with her special 1. She actually stuns herself there, no. I think once it was a stagger or a shock expiring from the special 1, which is fortuitous. We throw a special 2 here, go invisible again. I think 1 heavy finishes her off. Actually, no, we go invisible and then, yeah, so we throw the relic and then a heavy. So we actually use a few charges there, so we're only down to 15 for our last fight, but it is enough. Next fight we have is a Void Safeguard. I have taken this fight before with Black Cat. It went a bit pear-shaped, but this one was really, really clean, and you'll see it was basically a 30-second fight. So we start off with some light, medium combos. And basically, each hit on our combo meter is 4% ability accuracy reduction. So once we get to 25 hits against Science Champions, we have 100% ability accuracy reduction. And I think it made a bit of a risk here by punishing with a medium. There was a chance to get a disintegration there, a disintegration debuff, but luckily we didn't. We chain into a special 2 with the critical bleed, and you see those critical bleeds are ticking for 5k, which is insane. So he goes down in 27 seconds, I think, was the total fight time. Next up is the Deathless Thanos. This is on Rich Get Richer. Originally, I was supposed to have Odin buffs, but I said I don't really need them. And I probably was a bit wrong about that, because obviously he does start the fight with a Energize buff. And so you can see pretty much straight away he has a special 2. Luckily, he throws it. But by throwing that, he actually... he had a stagger on him, so by those buffs all getting nullified, we actually get up to a special 3 with Mystic Dispersion. That's okay. Like, I expected to throw a few special 3s in this fight, but obviously we want to get into a bit of a special 2 rotation with the Fate Seals. He throws another special, he throws a special 1 here, and he throws a couple actually. And so here I was just waiting for Mystic Dispersion, really, waiting for the buffs and a power gain from those buffs. So I think we go invisible here. He actually, unfortunately, throws another special 1. But I was, sorry, there's a bit of an audio desync here. But we throw a special 2, that pretty much gets, well, gets us back to a special 3, which is not ideal, but we do have the Fate Seal on, and the staggers, which is good. As long as he's not getting those evade, unstoppable, and stun immune buffs, that's good. So it's a bit of a slow start here against Thanos. But we've got the fight pretty much under control now, because he doesn't have buffs. We've got the stagger on. And yeah, he's okay for this fight. I don't think he's the best option, because, and the main thing is that protection Thanos gets every 25% health. Basically it stops you from being able to nuke with the heavy detonation. So he throws a special 1 there, we go into special 2 for the Fate Seal and the invisibility. We let him miss a few times. And we are benefiting a bit from Rich Get Richer with the Dex buff. And I think I do actually heavy detonate soon, but it only gets him 25%, which I was expecting. Throw another special 2. I probably should have really just heavied there. I think we heavy here. We tried a heavy actually, but he throws a special 1 right at the last second, which unfortunately connects. Throw a heavy there to get him down to exactly 25%, because that protection is so strong. We get a special 3 just to dump that 3 bars of power we had. And so, yeah, I think there is probably quicker ways to do this fight. Maybe with less Mystic Dispersion. Maybe Mystic Dispersion 4 is ideal for this fight. I'm not sure. Either 3 or 4, maybe. But it's not terrible. Like, we're able to control this fight pretty well. Unfortunately, that heavy connects. Well, somehow the first hit connects, but the second hit doesn't. So I'm not sure how that worked. He throws a special 2, but he was staggered, so those buffs don't land. We throw a special 2 just as an intercept, basically, to go invisible. And I think 1 more heavy will do the trick after this relic. And then the last fight we have is the Arnim Zola on Aspect of Evolution. And there's also the node that basically when you block, he gets inexorable. I think it's like a 75% inexorable, so it makes it really hard to get him trapped in the corner. So I was really nervous for this fight. We do put on full recoils, full boosts. We changed to 30% green boosts. We've also got a guidance boost and Mr. Fantastic debuffs as well. So we've got the whole kit and caboodle really. I did lose 1 hit of my invulnerability boost there. And you can see the starting off disintegration damage from the special 2 is about 550. That does increase a bit later on. I'm not sure exactly why, because I was told it wouldn't increase from Aspect of Evolution, and it didn't really work out that way. Like, if it was affected by Aspect of Evolution, I think it would have been ticking for a lot more later in the fight. It is ticking a bit more there. So I practiced the heavy punish of the special 2 a lot, but of course, when it happens in the real fight, I mess it up the first 2 times. So we've actually lost all of our invulnerability, and a few of those buzzsaw hits on the special 2 did connect, unfortunately, which is not good. I think we heavy here just to refresh those Mr. Fantastic debuffs. But we are losing the race right now, which is bad. But we are in pure light form right now, which is good, because that's obviously the main source of our damage, having those 5 Fury buffs. Now, unfortunately, we were only at 19 charges. If we were at 20 or above, we would have got some regen actually from this special 3, but unfortunately we were just 1 charge short. And he's always trapped us in the corner here, so I think I'll try and activate a relic here. He throws another special 1, unfortunately. And I'm not good at fully dexing the special 1. I always have to let 1 hit of that second blast connect. So he does get inexorable from the special 1 pretty much every time. We have unfortunately lost our Mr. Fantastic debuffs, which kind of sucks, but it's very hard to keep knocking him down constantly. So we made them last for most of the fight though. We've sort of caught up a bit with the race. You know, we're still in pure light form. Because he's constantly throwing specials, that's really good. It means that pure light form is constantly being paused. So he throws another special 1 here. And then also by punishing his specials, we do actually pause pure light form for a bit. I was hesitant about throwing a heavy there because I wasn't sure if that would get into a special 3 or not. I guess we'll never know. We're down to about 10% each. Well, he's down to 5%. I think I'm trying to let him parry here. I have to go for a silly hit into block. The heavy doesn't quite crit. We're down to 3%. I punished that, and then he finally goes down. We have about 1 or 2% health. So really, really scary fight, but we managed to do the trick there. And get the solo. So yeah, only 8 fights in our streak, but 97% solo rate, which is pretty good. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.